How's it going, friends? Chris Card's back. Through the mail Monday. 6 returns for you today, including 2 from spring training, as denoted here by our Yogi Berra stamps. Very happy to get those back. 1 from Florida, 1 from Arizona. We'll check those out here in a couple of minutes on this April 1st, 2024 edition of Through the Mail Monday. It's my mother-in-law's birthday, as well as April Fool's Day. Not related in any way whatsoever. And we're not sure where this is from. Actually, yes, we do. Right here it says St. Louis, Missouri for our first return. I got this back on February 29th, 2024, Leap Day. We got some answered questions, hopefully. There we are. And we've got Mr. Dave Tobic. Dave Tobic, 8 years in the bigs, 5 of those with the Tigers, who drafted him second overall in a 1975 draft, secondary phase draft. 84 tops signed for the set, 83 tops traded. Note how much brighter that card is. And it looks like the same exact photo they used in 84 tops. So I guess I only took one photo of Dave Tobic and he used it twice. Looks like they airbrushed out some the billboard behind him and the big screen behind him. So it looks a little different, but that's the same photo. Let's check out these questions answered here. How many autograph requests do you receive each week or month? He says 5 to 6 weekly. He did not answer number 2. Number 3, he roots for the St. Louis Cardinals, and his favorite teammates are Dave Stegman, Kip Young, and Mr. Wackenfuss, Mr. John Wackenfuss. Very nice return. Answered the questions as well. Very nice. Funny that he lists those 2 players because Kip Young and Dave Stegman are on a 79 Topps Tigers prospect card together. All 3 of them, actually. I do not own one of those cards, but that, of course, would have been a great card to get signed since they all sign. And right there, you can see the differences between the 2 cards. Same photos, but it looks like they just airbrushed out a couple of signs basically in the one photo as opposed to the other one. So there you guys go. Dave Tobic, our first return of today, and there's information. Awesome return. Let's move on to return number 2. All right, Denver, Colorado, our next return right there. As we tear into this envelope, not much in here from the feel of it. We've got a card. We've got Mr. Dan Osborne. Dan Osborne on a 1975 SSPC card as well as a 76 Topps card, his only Topps issued card. I asked for his debut inscription on the 76 Topps card, and it looks like he put it on both cards. Very nice. Dan Osborne played for the Chicago White Sox way back in 1975. He went 3-0 in 24 games. He finished 7 games, didn't get a single save, but he got 3 wins. That's pretty impressive. 58 total innings. Prior to, of course, 1980, the non-qualified retirement benefit was $625 per 43 games. Up to $10,000 as far as your pension is concerned. Whereas, say, a guy that started in 2000 and saw 43 games and never got into a single game and retired would get about $3,600 a year, starting at 62 for the rest of his life each month. And after he passes, that money goes to his family, which is pretty crazy considering it does not happen for Mr. Dan Osborne. So those non-qualified retirement benefits prior to the 1980 collective bargaining agreement regarding pension is pretty sinister towards the older ball players. So bummer for him. A lot of money in baseball. Be cool to see some of these old timers get a little bit more of it, even though they only played for a little bit. All right, that's it for Mr. Dan Osborne. Nice return from him. Let's move on to return number 3. Let's just get to one of these spring training returns right now. We'll get the one from Florida right here. As you see, I received this on March 25th. You can see the card. The one card in there outlined very nicely, so I know where to tear it. And I always put the dates I get it returned in the mail on the envelope just in case I don't get to opening them right away. My spreadsheet is still accurate. And we've got Mr. Randy Dobnak. Randy Dobnak of the Twins, who has not really pitched in a major since 2021. Unlike Osborne, he is getting paid. He signed a $9.5 million 5-year contract with the Twins a few years ago. And has not pitched in a major since 2021. He was a non-roster invitee to this spring training. And, of course, he was one of the first 8 cuts made by the Twinks. There you guys go. If you guys remember, the Twin fans might remember when he went 1-7 back in 2021. He's working on a couple new pitches this year. He's only 29 years young. He's got time to recover and make it back to the major leagues. And hopefully he does because he's a great signer. He's got a great look. I went through my 2020 Topps box and I found this card. And a lot of these guys, they're not going to blow you away. You're going to get middle relievers. You're going to get closers, a few closers like Iglesias, but you're not going to get a lot of star players. So when I send off to spring training, of course, I send a few star players, but I also send guys like Randy Dobnak who thankfully, glad to get this back. I mean, there's no guarantee he's going to sign, but he's a very good signer. So glad to get this back from Randy. Wish him the best. Always pull for these guys once they sign for me, and keep an eye on their career, and always pull for them to get back to the bigs and make it happen. So nice return from Randy Dobnak, our first spring training return of 2024. Let's move on, guys, to our next return. The Metroplex in Michigan for our next return, also received on March 25th, 2024. In case you're watching this in the future, you now know this is an old video. This is from 2024, all the way back in 2024. In fact, if it's not 2024 as you're watching this, let me know what year it is down in the comments below. Thank you for watching my old video. And we've got questions answered from Mr. Chuck Brinkman. Charlie Brinkman finished off a 71 Topps rookie card of him and Dick Maloney. Dick Maloney, who I got just a few weeks ago. So quick turnaround for Chuck. Signed both of them very nicely, as well as a 74 Topps White Sox signature card. Spent his entire career with the White Sox, all 6 years of it, as a backup catcher. His brother, Ed Brinkman, was the more successful Brinkman. He spent 14 years in the bigs, won a Gold Glove as well as an All-Star Game appearance as a shortstop for many years. Nice return from Mr. Charlie Brinkman. Answered some questions as well. 65-66, he appeared in the College World Series with Ohio State. In 65, they lost to Arizona State. In 66, they won it all, beating Oklahoma State. Let's check out these questions real quick from Mr. Charles Brinkman. You might want to skip this part, Colin. This might just enrage you. How many autograph requests do you typically receive each week or month? He receives 10 to 15 requests every week, probably 40 to 60 every month. Is there any pet peeves for requests? He said, these requests are never a bother. I am honored to sign anything, anytime. There you guys go. Do you still follow the game? I follow, but don't go to many games. And what do you think of the new rule changes? He says, I'm old-fashioned. I don't like them making nitpick rule changes just to speed up the game. And there you guys go. My pleasure. Anytime. Sign it, Chuck. Awesome return. I'm not sure, Colin, how you can find these questions obnoxious. Seems like some of these old-timers love it. And the people that don't want to answer these questions, they don't have to answer them. Just like they don't have to sign the card. I mean, they have free will. We're not taking their free will away from them, forcing them to do anything they don't want to do. So, and anyone wondering why I'm going off, that's from Mr. Colin. He hates the questions, and he tells me to stop every week in the comment section. So there's my response to Colin, a public response. There you guys go. There's the cards, blurry photo from the appearance of it, and very nice to get this card completed. Another combo card signed and completed. Seems like I'm getting one of these every week at least. So awesome return from Mr. Chuck Brinkman. Let's move on to our next return. Once again, the Metroplex for our next return. Metroplex in Michigan here. And we have a few more cards in this envelope. Oh, we've got Mr. Frank Tanana. Frank Tanana sent his testimonial card along with some signed cards. Looks like answered questions as well. And we've got the 74 Angels team card. First round draft pick of the Angels. 13th overall, way back in 1971. Signed the 91 Upper Deck card as well as a Donruss card, and of course 74 Topps card signed for the set. Signed it kind of large, but not too bad down there on the bottom. Get a few more signatures on there. Didn't help that he, of course, inscribed it as well with his Bible verse. So it is what it is. Get 3 or 4 signatures on that card, though, probably. And like I said, I'm sending out a few of these cards, Angels cards. So I'll have multiple Angels team cards in my signed 74 Topps set. Let's check out the questions here. How many autograph requests do you typically receive each week or month? He says about 20 a week. Is there something out there that you would like those that request autograph to know? Love it when cash is included. Okay, well, there you guys go. Just came out and said it. He loves money. Do you still follow the game of baseball? Is there a team you root for? Yes, he roots for the Tigers, of course, still in Michigan. And who were your favorite teammates? Dave LaRoche, Pete O'Brien, Alan Trammell, Tom Brookins, Matt Noakes, Lance Parrish, Joe Orsulak, Dennis, I can't get the second name, Dennis somebody, but there you guys go. Answered the questions. Very nice return from Frank Tanana. 21-year career with 8 different teams. Not 8 different teams, 6 different teams, 8 years with both the Angels and the Tigres. He played forever, and actually for someone to play 21 years, he didn't play for that many different teams, 6 teams only. Of course, he was a starting pitcher, so that's probably why I didn't travel around so much. But very nice return from Mr. Frank Tanana. Nice to get one more Angels team card signed. In fact, I guess that's the first signature on my Angels team card. But like I said, 74 Topps team cards and signature cards is something I'm hitting hard this year, trying to get as many of these signed as possible, because who knows when I'll get some of them back. It might be months or years before I get some of these cards signed and sent back, or I might never get them sent back. So I'm sort of hedging my bets here by having multiple team cards out there of the same team to different teammates. So there's information. One of the best signers ever, Frank Tanana. Nice to get this back. Let's move on, guys, to our final return of this week's Through the Mail Monday. And, of course, the final return from Phoenix, Arizona. This is another spring training return. Got this back on March 22nd. Let's rip into the Yogi stamp here and find out who we got back. Looks like we got a few cards in here. More than one, which is rare for a modern player. We've got World Series champ Mitch Garver. Mitch Garver signed 2020 Topps. Couple issues in 2020 Topps, including the Topps Now card from when he drove in the game-winning run in the Game 5 of last year's World Series on November 1st. And, of course, his base, his regular issued 2020 Topps card. Very nice return from Mitch Garver, who spent most of his career with the Twins, who drafted him in the 8th round, or the 9th round, back in 2013. Spent 5 years with the Twins before moving on to Texas. He is now playing for the Seattle Mariners, of course, as their catcher. Spent most of his time in the postseason last year as a DH. Mr. Clutch went 7 for 17 with runners in scoring position, had 3 home runs, 14 RBIs. And, of course, as I mentioned earlier, that Game 5 winning RBI, game-winning RBI. A very nice return from Mitch Garver, who was a very good signer. This was obviously quite calculated on my part. I knew he was a pretty good return. I saw he had a Topps Now card, and I thought it'd be pretty cool to get signed. And yes, it came out perfectly. Looks really good. There you guys go. There's the information for Seattle Mariners spring training, which probably does not do you much good, but he will sign through the Seattle Mariners. I do believe he signed through Texas, so I'm sure he'll sign through the Mariners. You can just Google Mariners stadium address. I think it's 1250 First Avenue in Seattle. If you come across that address, that is good for Seattle. And attention, Mitch Garver, as you see here. That should work. And that is it, guys, for this week's Through the Mail Monday. Yes, Alex, I got your card about a month and a half ago, and I kept wanting to put it on one of the videos, and here it is. Very nice to get this from a good viewer and channel of his own, of course, Alex, a.k.a. Jay's Mix, which is his YouTube channel that you should check out. And check it out, yeah. Napoleon Dynamite trading cards. Of course, John Heater, who played Napoleon Dynamite, grew up here in Salem, Oregon. His parents moved when he was 2 from California to Salem. Went to middle school here, graduated from South Salem High School, which is just a few miles away from where I work. Hard to believe that movie is turning 20 years old this year. And here you guys go. Here is this week's haul. Of course, Through the Mail Monday, number 271. Put it in the books. Glad to have you guys around to watch it. Hope you enjoyed it. Hit that subscribe button. I do this every single week. Would love to have you along for the ride. And, of course, hit the like button and comment down below. Let me know what you guys thought of this week's returns. A few classics. Frank Tanana, of course, he has tons of awesome cards playing in the 80s and the 90s. He's probably got 6 million cards out there, which is why he probably gets 20 requests a week. A few answered questions this week as well. Very happy to get those back. And Mitch Garver, a couple of spring training returns. Also happy to get those back. And that's it, my friends. Keep this video maybe even under 15 minutes this time. Thanks for watching. I appreciate each and every one of you. And enjoy baseball. It is back as I am recording this on Friday, of course. I'm about 5th inning of the Mets game. I got it paused so I can finish this video. So Mets are looking like they're about to give up the tie here. I think it's 1st and 3rd and 1 out. So my nervous energy said I need to finish this video, and I am finishing this video. So here you guys go. Thanks, y'all, for watching. I appreciate it. See ya.